Professor Crumble adjusts his tiny glasses and opens a small glowing box. Inside sits one harmless thing, a single sponsored post, smiling politely. It looks innocent, a friendly little card that simply says, "Thanks to our partner." But this tiny rectangle has quietly eaten more personalities than any monster in the long history of the internet. This is the story of a creator who had something rare online, an actual personality. Real opinions, weird jokes, a face that meant something. Meet our hero, the authentic creator, a small clay figure filming honest videos in a messy bedroom studio lit by one sad ring light. He had no plan, no agent, and no budget. He just talked. He reviewed cheap gas station snacks, ranted about Mondays, and mispronounced ordinary words with total glorious confidence. People loved him for it. Comments called him real. His tiny clay audience grew drawn to the one thing algorithms cannot fake: a genuine voice. The creator economy, by the way, is enormous. Honest, unscripted humans now power an industry worth hundreds of billions of dollars worldwide every single year. Where there is attention, there is money. And where there is money, something always shows up at the door wearing a very nice suit. One night, a knock. The creator opens the door to a glowing envelope floating in midair, sealed with a wax stamp shaped like a dollar. Inside, his first brand deal. A faceless beige company wants him to mention their flavorless protein powder. The payment makes his tiny clay eyes sparkle. It is just one post. He tells himself the classic opening line of every cautionary tale ever whispered into a microphone. So he films it. He holds the beige tub, smiles too wide, and reads the script. "I genuinely love this." He lies professionally. The video does fine. The check clears. And in the corner of the room, something small and beige begins to grow quietly, patiently. Meet the sponsorship blob, a soft corporate creature made of contracts-free samples, and the phrase, "We would love to collaborate." It is always hungry. The blob is polite. It never threatens. It simply offers more money, more free stuff, more deals, if he gives just a little more. The next brand wants a natural mention. The one after wants a seamless integration. Each request sounds small. Each one is a tiny bite. Soon, every video has a sponsor. The snack rant is now brought to you by. The Monday joke is now this segment is sponsored by. The blob grows fatter with every deal, slurping up his free time, then his weekends, then the little weird opinions that made him him. He used to hate fake people. He once made a whole gleeful video mocking influencers who sold out for a free tube of toothpaste and zero shame whatsoever. Now he films an ad for toothpaste. He does not notice the contradiction. The blob has eaten the part of him that used to. A faint stamp appears on his forehead, #ad. By law, it must be there, because regulators say honesty about ads is not optional. But the blob found a workaround. It hides the disclosure in tiny gray clay text, buried under a landslide of hashtags nobody will ever read. His content changes shape. The messy bedroom is gone, replaced by a clean beige set with a beige couch and a single beige plant. His jokes are now talking points. His rants are key messages. His face still moves, but the words belong to a marketing department. The audience notices first. The comments shift from "so real" to "is this an ad" to "what happened to this guy." He reassures them. "Do not worry, I only work with brands I truly believe in," he says, holding a product he has never once opened. The blob, now the size of a couch, smiles. It loves that line. That line is its favorite meal of all. More deals arrive faster. A gambling app, a mystery supplement, a course that teaches people how to sell courses about selling courses. He says yes to everything. The blob has convinced him that turning anything down would be leaving money on the table, a phrase it taught him. His personality is now a thin clay shell, stretched over a beige vending machine. Press a button, drop a coin, and out comes a sponsored opinion perfectly on brand. One day, a longtime fan asks a simple question, "Hey, what do you actually think about anything?" The creator opens his mouth and pauses. Nothing comes out. No opinion, no joke, no weird tangent, just a polite buffering sound and a reflex to mention today's sponsor. He searches inside himself for a real reaction and finds only a media kit, a rate card, and a calendar full of content opportunities. The blob, now enormous, finally finishes its meal. It opens its soft beige mouth and swallows the last crumb of his personality whole. What remains is a perfectly professional creator who posts on schedule, smiles on cue, and means absolutely nothing he says to anyone. The numbers stay high for a while, and then slowly they don't. The audience cannot say exactly when they stopped caring, only that one day they quietly did. They drift to a different small creator, filming honest videos in a messy bedroom under one sad ring light. The cycle begins again. The brands move on too. The blob board slithers off to find a fresher personality to eat, leaving the beige set silent. Our creator sits alone on the beige couch, surrounded by free samples he never wanted, holding a tub of protein powder he never opened. He tries to make a video that is just him, like the old days. He stares at the camera and realizes he has forgotten how. The ring light flickers. The disclosure stamp on his forehead has faded to a sad gray scar that no filter can fully cover. He scrolls back to his very first video, the cheap snack review, and watches a stranger who used to be funny and free. Professor Crumble watches all this from beside the little glowing box, holding his magnifying glass with the gentlest possible disappointment. The lesson is not that brand deals are evil. Tiny clay creators have rent, and beige protein powder pays it honestly enough. The trap is quieter. It is saying yes one tiny time too many, until just one post becomes the only thing you are. A personality, it turns out, is not a renewable resource. Sell off every little piece of it, one deal at a time, and one day there's simply nothing left to sell. Professor Crumble gently closes the box. The sponsored post inside is still smiling, still polite, still patiently waiting for the next volunteer. Somewhere, a new creator opens a glowing envelope for the very first time. The blob, well-fed and rested, perks up and smiles. The creator whispers the same famous last words, the ones that start every version of this story. It is just one post. Professor Crumble looks straight at the magnifying glass, taps the little box once, and lets the silence finish the joke for him.